So hello guys, so yesterday we have talked about the system performance. We will again once recollect the information that we have seen yesterday about the system performance. So the system performance is like a task manager to the Windows operating system. Here the system performance is a tool for the Linux operating system. So Linux operating system has to follow the major resources that need to be maintained or verified at the certain times, so that we will almost be following or particularly seeing the operations that are done by these elements. So these are the elements that need to be monitored. They are CPU, memory, disk space, communication lines, IO time, I mean input output time, and network time, and application of the programs. So these are the issues that need to be resolved or to be monitored completely. If you want to see the monitoring of these systems, we will generally go into the different components or the different types of instructions for them, so that we will have 6 or 5 types of components that are required to monitor these type of operations or these type of memory units. So the components that are used for this is user state CPU, system state CPU, and input output and network time, virtual memory performance, application of the program. So as I said earlier, application of the program is the program or the time which is taken for the application of a program, and virtual memory performance will lead to using of the hard disk space beyond the RAM for RAM. So if the RAM is unstable or could not be supported fully or fully protection, then the hard disk space will be used for the RAM. So input output time, as I said earlier, this is the amount of time that is taken from an user to give an input to get the output. In between the time, the average time is known as the input output time. So in the user state, here the actual amount of time that is taken for a CPU to resolve a problem or to take the command from the user or like that. The system state will give you the actual time that is taken for the system to actually process the data from taking the command from the user to giving the output to the user, means translating, scripting and everything will be taken here process, so that the time of this is measured here. So there are so many free tools that are required for taking the system performance, like we know how to diagnose the system performance by for suppose we have some sort of commands that are given for us to let us know or let us command the controlling of the monitoring in the CPU. So here we have nice or renice, netstat, I mean it will give the statistics of the net algorithm that is used, time, as I said earlier, the 5 elements are being used for the time, uptime. So this is the time that is, as I said earlier, input output time that is given now. So BMstat, gprof and prof, those are the profiles that are being used for the user or created by the user for entering into a group. So top means this displays the system task. This is the information as we have known yesterday about system performance. So if we further go into it or look into it, we will have an AND symbol in the keyboard, so that it will be used for the running of the programs in the background. So as I said now, if you want to run any program in the background, you can give the file name and you can run sh.filename.sh in background in AND symbol, so that the input can be given as a processing data. So the input will be given as PS-E-O, so that UID or PID, user ID or process ID or any PPID or PRI, means primary one, or priority that is given for that, it will be given for the any sort of command, it can be changed. So here we will be seeing the data that can be prioritized, as I said earlier. It can be given the number of set of arguments, so that it will be prioritized for our convenience, whichever output we ever want. So uptime shows the number of users that is used at the same time, means if you want to see how many number of users are there in one operating system or one root user, then we can see the uptime, then we can use the command uptime. Renice or the nice is, as I said earlier, it is for making the visibility or the rewriting the command or giving the prioritization of the command to the order of the making the solution. Here we can use the renice option, renice command. FG will be, as I said earlier, if you want to run the system in the background, then you can give the AND symbol. If you want to give, or if you want to run the command first in front of you, then you can give FG, means F in foreground. Now we will be talking about the system logging. There are mainly different type of logging. Logging means generally a user, or the logging means you can see the timings of the user that have been used the particular command for that time. So if you have seen the data about the user, or if you want to see the data that is regarding to some sort of user, the system needs logging. Logging means entering of the any sort of information or any sort of command that is given at a particular time, or any particular event has happened at that particular time. So basically we will here or use the word logging for entering the data in. So here the system will enter the data whenever it has any changes are been occurred. So Unix system has the very flexible and powerful logging system. Many versions of the Linux provide a general purpose of logging faculty of the syslog. Means if you want to see the command or the syntax for the system, then it is called as the syslog or system log, as I said earlier, that will be showing us the information that is needed or required. Centralized logging system can be used, or we can see every sort of working data from the same command that is given by etc syslog or etc syslog-g, G for group or the D for data or directories. Next we will go for the actions that are being included for the person, so that log message to the file or device. If you want to give some set of actions for the to perform in a operating system, then we can give that log message can be given to the file or the device. So as I said earlier, if you want to change any permissions or give any priorities, you can give by this. First we need to see about the log messages that can be given to the file or device. They can be given by \var/log LPR, means that will print the list or that will print the data that is required at that point, or it can be given to the any sort of console. So consoles are connected by any sort of terminals. So that is how we will use the devices or the consoles for entering the data or prioritizing the data. We can send the message, it will send the message to the user, so that the information you have been asked or you have been required to know is been sent to you. It will be sending a message as a pop-up message. It will be piping the message for the program. Means if you want to store any sort of data and do it at a particular time, then you can give, it will be giving the message to the program, so that you need to do the functionality at the correct time. Then you can send the syslog to the another host. If we are using one sort of user, so that if you use one data at that one time, so this host can send this particular data to another host by sort of internet or by sort of ethernet or any sort of cables, by setting the particular time which is required to send. So these are the basic commands that were used for the performing of these type of operations. DMESG will be showing you the particular sort of commands that are given, or will be showing you all the logs that are created until now or created till now. If you want to know the particular data about the logs that have been created in the user or in the directories or in the entire operating system, you can know by this command DMESG. Or if you use the DMESG/more, you can get the detailed data about the logs that have been entered or filed till now. So we will go more on to the topic, that is traps or messages. So basically, traps or the messages is the point at which traps means we will be stuck at some point and we cannot get out of it without any help of any signals. So basically, a signal is given by the user or programs. So we can basically say that if you want to send any interrupts into it, or if you want to send any sort of data into the program, then we will use the signal. So basically the signal has an abbreviation, that is, signals are the software interrupts sent to a program to indicate that their important event has been occurred. These events may be vary from the user requesting to illegal memory access requesting. Means either the program user, either the program or the user can request any sort of command by commanding the signal. Phone signals such as the interrupt signal or the indicate that the user have been asked to do the program. Something is not unusual will be happening in the program. Means if you want to stop the data, or at least we can say completely, these are the interrupts in the form of operating system in the Linux. So we have basically different types of interrupts like SIG signal, signal up, signal int, signal quit, signal FPE, signal kill, signal alarm, ALRM, signal term. So these are given with some certain number of certain sort of numbers. Those are signal up is given for the hang up of the detected on the controlling terminals or the death of the controlling process. Means if you are doing a continuous process, if you want to kill that data or if you want to stop that process, you can give SIHF with the signal number 1. So if you want to initiate any interrupt in between that, so that issue if the user sends an interrupt to the signal. As said earlier, if you want to know whether the user is sent or the program is sent the interrupt, we can see by this. Here the interrupt is sent by the user, so that SIGINT can be used with the signal number 2. SIG quit is also an user sent interrupt to the program, so that it will be used by the signal number 3 for quitting the entire process that is run till now. So it will give issued if the user sends the quit signal. Next, if you go for SIG FPE or the signal FPE is given for the issued if any illegal information or mathematical operation is done. Means if we have any limited sort of users, if they are using any sort of mathematical operations that are illegal to that user, then this type of interruption will come, so that we will be stuck at there, and this will be shown up at the main user at the main host. It will be coming with the signal number 8. So we have the SIG kill, as if we know, if the process of a signal gets must to be quit immediately, then it should not be performing any cleanup. So here SIG kill will be given for the process at which the signal, if the signal is given, then you should quit immediately, but it will not clean up the rest of the entire data which is behind this process. So if you want to regulate the data, and if you want to just stop the data at there or kill the program at there, then we will be given the 9, signal number 9 or SIG kill. SIG ALRM is a system alarm or alarm clock signal for used for the timers. Means if you are using for any sort of timers, like for suppose you have scheduled a data for entering or popping up at your screen by the time of 3 o'clock, you can give this SIG ALRM with the signal number 14, which will be acting as an alarm for 3 o'clock, at the 3 o'clock for entering, for popping up of your data. Next, SIG TERM will be giving for the termination of the entire process. That means it will be cleaning up the entire process and it will be stopping the process at that time. It is given at the with the signal number 15. For the signals to use as a command, we need to give the command or syntax like this: kill, as we are using the signal interrupt kill for everything, kill space hyphen number of the signal, as I said earlier, 1, 2, 3, 8 and 9, 14 and 15, or you can give kill space signal name. As I said, no, these are the signal names: SIG int, hub, quit, FP, kill. Those are the signal names. So here the only SIG FPE is the interrupt that is given by the program, or some more interrupts are there, but here as we discussed, I am now telling that SIG FPE is the interrupt that is given by the operating program. So these are the interrupts, or these are the signals that are being used till now. Tomorrow we will learn about the traps and different types of data, that is GREP, AWK, HOP, etc. Thank you.